Alright guys, I got me a 2000 Chevy Cavalier. Good little running car, but the little oil pressure switch, it's making it leak all over the place. And this little switch here is really hard to get to, but I'm going to show y'all exactly where it's at. You know, most mechanics got big hands because they work on off stuff all the time. But I'm going to show y'all the easiest way for me. Alright guys, here it is, AC Delco. That's the only thing I buy, AC Delco for Chevrolets. If you're buying the aftermarket stuff, well, good luck. I've had too many issues with aftermarket stuff. AC Delco, it's not OEM, but it's close enough. It's the best thing you're gonna get besides OEM. Alright guys, like I said, it's the 2000 Cavalier. Guys, another thing I want to show is real important. See the jack stand and the jack. I leave my jack where, say if the car ever falls on me or anything like that, hopefully the jack stand is going to keep that from happening. But if that jack stand kicks out, I've got this jack ready for anybody to come by and just start pumping if they have to. You know how sometimes jacks lose the oil pressure on it, but hopefully that won't happen. But use your jack stands, you should be safe. Oh yeah, use your rubber gloves. Them ladies don't like dirt under your fingernails. Alright guys, here it is, a 2000 Chevy Cavalier. I've got the wheel already took off. I've done took the oil filter off. It took me a minute to figure out how to get this little oil pressure switch off, but I'm going to show y'all what I had to do. Alright, I had to take this wheel off. Bear with me for a second. I tried to get it in, try to put my hands up through here. I could put my hands on it, but I never could get to it to loosen anything up. So you got to take the passenger side front wheel off, then right through here, right through this hole right here, you can get to the filter. And there's the filter. I already took it off, but you got to take the filter off right here through this wheel well. All right, and there's a switch. It's right up in there. It's hard to see, but it's right up in there. I don't know if I can get my hands to it or not, but I had to put my hands through this hole, and I could just barely reach it. I don't know if you can see the flashlight. The end of that flashlight is right there. You see it? This is the oil pressure switch. I'm barely getting my hand to it. But guys, you gotta have a special tool. I bought this at AutoZone. It's a special OEM tool. Oh, here it is. Let me hold it. Nope, here it is. Had it right the first time. OEM 1 inch to 1 1/16 inch oil pressure tool. You can't use a regular socket with it. I'll show y'all exactly where I put my arm at. I've got the new one put in. Here's the old one. It was leaking through the plug here. This is a common leak on a 2000. Well, every Cavalier and every Sunbird there is. This is a common leak. Alright, I put my flashlight, you can see how it orientation here. I put my flashlight in this hole, and where my, oh, give me a minute, I'm out of breath working on this car. Well, my tie rod end right here, there's a hole right here, and that is where I stuck my arm through. And you can see, it right there, that switch. That switch is on the very top right there. My finger's right over top of it, right here. That's where this new switch is. The plug is pretty easy to get off and on. But I put my flashlight in that hole, and I put my arm in this hole. And I've got big hands too. I'm 6'4", 265 pounds, and I've got really big hands. And that's the only hole that I could put it in. I try to go under here. Some people say go through under here on that hole. I guess if you got small arms you can. But I had to go through this side, but I got it changed. And there it is, and just put your tire back on, and you're good to go. Alright guys, I'm pretty much done with it. I changed the oil while I'm at it, because you know you got to pull the oil filter to do the oil pressure sensor. You got to pull that oil filter first so you can get your hand in there, and this oil pressure sensor is right behind, maybe a little above and on the other side of that oil filter, so you might as well change your oil while you do it. But I'm just kind of waiting for the oil to settle. I done started it up, rolled it off the ramps, so I'm just kind of letting it settle so I can check the oil again. But I've got everything back together. Wheels are back on it. But cross your fingers. Hope I don't have to do that again, because I tell you what, it's almost worth paying somebody to do it, but I don't like spending the $250 what that'd probably cost to get a mechanic to do it, when all he does is just change parts. I can change parts just as good as a mechanic can. Alright.